Welcome back to the Motion Gallerium. The movie takes off with a respected man called Dr. Stephen, who is a very influential politician with a happy family. He returns home one day and his wife Ingrid was on the phone with Martin, their son, and when she hung up, Ingrid told Stephen about Martin's new girlfriend named Anna, whom they were to meet soon, but since Martin was never serious with his relationships, Stephen thought it was just another heartbreak, waiting to happen. One day at a social gathering, Stephen was on his own when a beautiful woman approached him. He was immediately stunned by her beauty. She introduces herself to him as Anna, Martin's new girlfriend. She left the man speechless, and all Stephen could think about that evening was her beauty. A few days pass, Martin shows up at his parents with Anna, to which Steve and Anna pretended that this was their first meeting so Martin wouldn't suspect a thing. Even though Martin had brought Anna to see his parents, it seemed as if all the attention Anna focused was to his father because of the way she was looking at him, which made him more and more uncomfortable. Anna knew that she'd conquered his heart and Steve tried his best not to look at her in the face, and even as she was leaving, she looked at him as if she was passing him a message while Ingrid claimed she trusts Anna. Anna made her final killing blow by calling Steve at his office and gave him an address to her apartment, and soon after, like a hungry bloodhound, Steve rushed to Anna's whistle and they take a bite of the forbidden fruit, and even though he was guilty for going behind Martin's back, and for betraying his wife, all he could think was her. One day, Martin's family invites Anna to a dinner function, to which at all times, Steve tries his best to not look at Anna straight in the eye in his family's presence. Ingrid had trust issues because Martin seemed serious with Anna, so, like any mother, she wanted to know about her, and it is at this moment, when Anna tells them about his brother Austin, who took his own life when she was only 15 because of love. What she didn't tell them is that Austin took his life because he was in love with her, and she couldn't allow it. After the function, Martin drove Anna to her apartment, to which Steve stalks them, and as Martin leaves, he got in her apartment only to find she had been waiting for him all along, so that night, they take another bite at the fruit. Later, Anna reveals to Steve that her brother and her were having an affair. At this point, Steve had crossed the line too many times in the name of his obsession over Anna. So one day, he meets her in public place and tells her that he's ready to divorce his wife and move on with Anna since he was still a young and capable man. Surprisingly, Anna advises against that, telling him that, if she was to become his wife, then the fun and excitement of sneaking around for poontang would disappear. She also tells him that if he does what he's thinking of doing, he'd also lose his son. On another occasion, Steve went to Anna's apartment and found her with another man there named Peter, and because she didn't want Peter to know about her relationship with Steve, she pretended that he came for a book, which she hands to him and he leaves. Steve felt bad, but he had nothing he could do since he was also cheating with her, which proves the saying, cheaters hate being cheated on. He lingers about until Peter leaves and went back to her apartment and asked so many questions, and to win his love back, she tells him about Peter being her first love and that there was a day when her brother saw her kissing Peter, and because of that, he took his own life. Hearing this, Steve got close to Anna to comfort her, and they immediately get it on. The time for Martin to propose to Anna came, and she said yes, and Steve was unhappy with the news, so he took his anger to his workers, instead of being happy for Martin. In preparation for the wedding, Anna's mother met Steve and immediately realized that the two were seeing each other because he couldn't even look at her in the eyes at the table, because of guilt and shame. She kindly asks him to get out of Anna's way, so she could be happy and that she deserved it after what happened to her and her brother. Immediately after, Steve calls Anna and ends the relationship, and furthermore, he went to Martin's workplace and apologized to him even though it was hard for both of them. He was unhappy for most of his days, even though his wife was there for him. In reality, Anna was happy with Steve, more than she was happy with Martin, and this is the reason she decided to marry Martin, so she could be closer to Steve, and as a result, she got an apartment closer to Steve, and she even sent him the keys to the apartment, the one she had purchased especially as a hideout for the affair. Sadly, on their first day of meeting, the owner of the building called Anna to give her instructions on how to use the boilers, but she had left to see Steve already, and Martin happened to be around. Out of curiosity, Martin asked for the address of the apartment, and decides to go there and investigate. When he reached there, he caught them both red-handed, his bride and his father doing it, amidst the arrangements of their wedding. Martin was shocked to see that, so far that he began moving backwards, not seeing the ledge, and fell off from the apartment to the ground floor, and died on spot. The police came and the news finally reached his wife Ingrid, leaving her devastated, so she ended the relationship with him. Steve even lost his job, and still, he went to see Anna, who now doesn't wish to see him anymore because Martin's death tore Anna apart more than Steve, because this was the second person in her life to die because of loving her. Steve, however, lost everything and decided to move away from his old life. He then recounts that, the last he saw Anna, she was with Peter and she had a baby on her lap, hinting that she might have moved on from Steve's memory. Hit that subscribe button for more recaps. A small gesture to you, most meaningful to us.